Now, taken together, these removals tell a clear story. This is a restructuring from top down. China's military has been through purges before, but never like what is happening right now. Investigations into General Zhang caps a decade-long campaign that has steadily stripped away PLA's most senior leadership, leaving President Xi Jinping with not just unprecedented personal control, but also effectively the only one commanding what is becoming an increasingly thin command bench. Take a look.
The first wave began soon after Xi Jinping took power. Senior generals from earlier administrations were removed on corruption charges, breaking long-standing patronage networks inside the People's Liberation Army. Former Central Military Commission Vice Chairman Xu Zhaihu and Yu Boxiong were accused of selling promotions for cash. Their downfall signaled that no rank was beyond reach. The second phase shifted focus from legacy figures to operational leadership. Senior commanders responsible for training, planning and battlefield readiness were investigated. These included former Joint Staff Chief Fang Fenghui and political work head Zhang Yang. By 2023, the purges moved into sensitive territory. China's rocket force, the branch responsible for nuclear and strategic missiles, came under investigation. Its commander, Li Yuchao, was removed, followed by a sweeping review of missile procurement and command oversight. Defense ministers were next. Li Shangfu and Wei Fenghe were both expelled for corruption linked to weapons acquisitions, exposing deep problems in the defense industry. The most recent phase has focused on the Central Military Commission itself, the body that commands millions of troops. Multiple members, including vice chairmen and political leaders, were removed or suspended. The result is unprecedented. Supporters say the campaign has enforced loyalty and discipline. Critics argue it has stripped the military of experienced leadership and concentrated decision-making at the very top. Either way, the largest purge since Mao has permanently altered how China's military is run.
Aina Tangent, Senior Fellow at the Center for International Governance Innovation, joins me on the broadcast. Mr. Tangent is a very vocal supporter, passionate supporter of the CCP. Joins me today on Faultlines to talk about what's happening. The military purges continuing right now. Mr. Tangent, the CMC is down to 2, and that includes the president himself.
Yeah, I like living in China. I've been here for 21 years, but I wouldn't say I'm a passionate supporter. I'm a commentator. I'm a U.S. citizen. In terms of what is happening, the most far-reaching reform of the PLA has happened since the 1950s under Xi Jinping. What was before was 7 route armies, and these were basically, they split up the entire China, and they were armies unto themselves. They had their own factories, they had their own schools, etc. They were completely unto themselves. They were fiefdoms, and there was concerns about them being literally like warlords. So he came in, he reformed them, and he made it very clear that there'd be no corruption. The military was extremely corrupt. Isn't something I'm saying, it's something that is a fact, and anyone you talk to during that period would be the same. So he's been changing that, and apparently he wanted to send a very strong signal. The number 2 under him was not only a close friend, but their families had been friends.
Yes.
Generally in these situations, they would have allowed him to retire. But in this particular case, it seems that Xi Jinping wanted to send a very strong message that corruption, no matter who you are, will not be tolerated.
So it's been going on since 2012, 2013 actually, when president officially took over, and since then there have been rounds of purges. But many believe, and analysts say, that this is also because the closest general of Xi Jinping did not agree with the 2027 Taiwan invasion assessment for China, and that's the reason why he faced this fate.
Well, there are a lot of rumors going around. There's also the Wall Street Journal was trying to say that he was leaking classified nuclear secrets to the United States. It's not possible. People are speculating because of what happens, and to a certain extent, it's very difficult to know exactly what the workings of the inner circle are. But I can tell you, sometimes it's what they call Occam's razor. The simplest answer is the one that is probably true. So in this particular case, it was about corruption, and you can't argue with it. The fact is that there are 20 generals removed, top ones, including this created rocket force, and it was corrupt to the core. And unfortunately, the fact is that the number two and his lieutenant were the ones who appointed them. So there is definitely some reason to believe that there was some understanding.
Mr. Tangent, there are very serious charges of treason leveled against him. But I want to ask you this. What does it speak of the Chinese army when you have general after general, leader after leader being probed, purged for corruption? What does it speak about the battle readiness of the army?
Well, I can't speak to the battle readiness of the army. I'm not an expert, and I don't study them, nor do I know much about them. But I do know that this
what I meant was, if it's so corrupt to the core, can it actually be of any use in a conflict?
I don't think that anyone wants to press that point. If you saw what they have done in terms of their military hardware, it's quite impressive. They are an untested but very disciplined force. This is what Xi Jinping was trying to create. 2015, he set in motion a number of reforms that did away with fiefdoms and said this is an army under the party, not under itself. So this is what you're seeing here. Obviously, you can speculate all you want, but I don't think that it's very useful.
All right. I'm not the one speculating. People inside China are the ones who are speculating.
Oh, no, I'm not saying.
And there are commentators around the world who are doing so. And legit questions around the battle readiness of an army, which seems to be so corrupt to the core that the president has been doing rounds and rounds of purges to ensure it becomes better. I'm going to leave it there, Mr. Tangent. Thanks always for speaking to us on Faultlines.